Here's a quick amendment to the July garden update. We are finally getting some rain. It's rained about an inch so far. This is July 15th, 2023. And I'll probably end up going back and reshooting this video because things will be looking much better due to the rain. So stay tuned. Hello everybody, it's time for the July 2023 garden update. This is take 2. I recorded this before the rain and everything was looking pretty rough. Now it looks a little less rough. Not too much going on here, everything's just holding steady. All this is looking pretty healthy. My hollyhocks and citronella are still going strong. Still blooming a little bit, in fact. Here's this little flower bed by the lean-to. Not much blooming right now. Looks better than it did yesterday though, by a long shot. And I've added these 4 solar lights. And I will put a clip in here and show them at night. The ground cover bed is just sitting there doing its thing. Hanging in there. AC's working great. The little flower bed by my workshop is looking pretty good. That's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I did some cleanup on this flower bed yesterday. Pulled some weeds and tied some plants up, and it's looking pretty good. The crepe myrtle I started over with has got some blooms on it, so that's pretty good to see. I will continue thinning these trunks out when I find the strongest ones, let them grow a little bit longer, and I'll continue to have like 5 trunks, I think. That's what I've settled on. And here's the other side of this same flower bed. Got some cone flowers and things like that blooming. Looking pretty good for mid-July. The spring squash is about fizzled out, as well as the cucumbers. I'll be cleaning all that up and putting the fall squash and cucumbers in pretty soon. My okra is doing well. I've got a few more plants here where I took the beans up, the okra plants. And then the same 3 pepper plants I've had all season. And here's what my cantaloupe patch is looking like. It's really put on some new growth since that rain. So hopefully we get some cantaloupe out of this mess of vines. Not too much to speak of here. These cucumbers are on their way out and I need to clean those up. These tomatoes are still growing well, so hopefully when the weather breaks they'll start setting some tomatoes again. That would be a pretty good thing. And we'll take a close look at my okra. We got some wildlife. I got it. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. One of these black ones. Look at that. See if I can get it in the shot. There it is. Get it in the sun. I have not seen one of these in I don't know how many years. So that's cool. It is a male because it started chattering just a little bit, so that's cool to see. There it goes. Don't see any okra already this morning, but that's what it looks like growing. There's this big old giant tomato plant doing its thing. And there's what my giant sunflower is looking like now. Still blooming. Peppers in there ready. And not much going on here but some sunflowers and a few weeds here and there. And here's a peek on this side of the garden. Here's my 4 o'clock patch, looking absolutely wonderful with that inch of rain we received yesterday. And here's this side of the garden, the main garden. Of course, my asparagus ferns. I've got 2 rows of okra here, various pepper plants. It's got sweet potatoes in there. And then my rows of black-eyed peas, which I think I'm going to pick some of these before I go back in after I finish this video up. They just look wonderful after all that rain we had. Very good. Very happy with this right now. And there's a look at that sunflower again, towering above the workshop. See, these peas are ready, that's for sure. And here's the south side flower bed, got some zinnias blooming. And here's a flower of note. It's the naked lady lily, also called a surprise lily. It's just the stalk and flowers on it. I've had 3 of those this year. Here was the first one. Here was the second one. And of course there's the third one blooming. And then not much going on along here. Everything just is. Got a little bit more going on over here on this end. Some different things blooming. Not many tropicals blooming at the moment. Not much going on the yellow flower bed. This bed's actually looking pretty good for this time of year on the front of the house. The pentas are doing absolutely phenomenal. And everything's just hanging in there and doing pretty well. Even the unimus bushes are looking halfway decent for this time of year. Not much blooming at the mailbox flower bed right at the moment, but I'm hoping that will change with this rain we had. Here's the flower bed in front of the house, right in the middle of the yard. Actually looking pretty good this morning. It's amazing what some rain will do a day later. Here's hanging basket number 1. I have changed it to summer mode with some caladiums and coleus. Same thing with hanging basket number 2. And here is the north side flower bed. Not too much going on out of the ordinary here, just the general stuff sitting there growing. Coleus is looking pretty good, as well as the caladium mix. And this fire bush is coming right along over here. Here's this patch of grass. Looking decent. Not as good as I would like, but that's the way it goes in a drought. Front yard's actually looking pretty good. Can't complain about that for mid-July. Usually this corner here is well burned up, but we're good to go right now. And here is a look at the backyard. It actually looks pretty good this morning. Got a little bit of brownage right there from the drought. I have sprayed for insects as well as fungus and put down some fertilizer, so I've got all the bases covered. So once again, this has been a look at the July 2023 garden update. Thank you for watching.